ACT skill number 42. We've learned about arithmetic sequences, but not geometric. Arithmetic means how do you get from one number in a list to the next number in the sequence by only adding and subtracting. After you take the ACT, we're going to learn how to get from one number to the next when you have to multiply or divide. So here we go. 42 with your partner. While I get this up, please do 42, just the example problem. Then I will go over it with you. Please, the example. Which of the following is not true about the arithmetic sequence? That means, how do you get from one number to the next? Please listen. How do you get from one number to the next by adding or subtracting consistently? So how do I get from 20 to 13? Subtract 7. Do you agree then from 13 to 6 is also subtracting 7? Yes or no? Okay, so let's look. The 8th term is negative 8. Okay, so I want to show you how I would do this. Grab your calculator. We have to do things twice for the calculator to catch on about the sequence. Please grab a calculator and pick it up and type in 20. Subtract 7 and press enter. That's one time. So that's my first number, 20. There's my second number, 13. Subtract 7 once again. There's your third number. Does everybody agree? Now watch. Press enter. Do nothing more than press enter. There's my third number. There's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Do you agree the 8th number in this sequence is negative 29? Is that what they have? Oh my gosh, maybe it'd be better if I could read. How about let's go back here. So this is the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. Okay, do you agree the 5th number in the sequence is negative 8? So this is true. We want to know what is not true. The sum of the first 5 terms is 30. There is a formula, but you're going to learn that later. So I'm going to write these down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we just determined the next one is 5. So let's add them up quickly. 20 plus 13 plus 6 plus negative 1 plus negative 8. All written correctly is 30. Okay? G is correct. The 7th term is negative 22. As a reminder, how do we do this? Please practice with me. Grab a calculator and do 20, subtract 7. That's your first time. That's your first and your second number in the sequence. Subtract 7 again. You have to do things twice for it to catch on to the sequence. So there's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7th number in the sequence is negative 22. That is correct. The common difference in the terms is negative 7. That is correct. Circle the word difference and circle the word ratio, please. Difference means you add or subtract to get from one number to the next. That's what we always do with arithmetic. Common ratio means you're multiplying or dividing. We are not doing that. That's with geometric, okay? So which one is not true? K is not true. Flip to the next side. Let me zoom in. What two numbers should be placed in the middle so that the difference between the consecutive numbers is the same? So I know that I'm going from a smaller to a larger number. So I know the numbers should be between here. So that's not true. That's between, between, and not between, okay? So looking at number 1 right now. Okay, so let's see here. How do you go from 14 to 25? How do you go from 25 to 36? How do you go from 36 to 47? Common difference is always the same. Number 2, the second term of an arithmetic sequence is negative 5. So leave a blank for the first. Then it's negative 5. The third term is 12. What is the first term? So we're going to work backwards. How do I go from negative 5 to 12? How much do you have to add? Well, I know that from negative 5 to 0 is 5, and from 0 to 12 is 12. It means it's a total of adding 17. So what number do you have to add 17 to go up to negative 5? Or think of this way. You're on a number line. Here's negative 5. Here's 0. If you go back 17, what are you going to be at? Add 17, add 17. Negative 22 is correct. These are arithmetic. We are adding or subtracting to get to the number. This is what you have not learned yet. You learn it after the ACT. What is the next term after negative 1/2 in the geometric sequence? So we have to determine, how do I go from 4 to negative 2? It's only done by multiplying or dividing, and it's consistent. So I'm going to let you play right now for 30 seconds to see if you can come up with that number. Ready? Go. So here's how I do it. Take this first term, if you're listening. Please listen. Take one term, divide it by the next term in the sequence. What's 4 divided by negative 2? So from here to here is negative 2. Now take negative 2 and divide it by negative 2. Do you end up with this number? Now take this number and divide it by negative 2. Do you end up with this number? Okay, ready? Grab your calculator. Take negative 1/2. Divide it by negative 2. Turn it back into a fraction. I'm sorry, you can't see that. Turn it back into a fraction. The fraction is 1/4. Correct answer is B. Okay, read number 4. Have one person in your group read it. Go ahead. There is a formula for doing this, but you haven't learned it yet. You have not learned this formula yet. So here's what we can do. Are you ready? What's she making the first day? How much is she making the next day? So let's save time and grab a calculator. Ready? So every time that I plug in a number, I'm going to count. How many days do I want to consist of? So ready? You're doing this at the same time I am. There's day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to look back at my math. I don't want to make a simple mistake. Started at 12. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, make sure I have 20 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Press enter. 8, 10, is that an option? Yep. Problem done.